right, everyone, consider this the very first Christmas review of 2022. And today we're going to do Falling for Christmas, starring Lindsay Lohan. I'm not sure if I've ever said this, but I am a huge Christmas movie fan. If you ever get a chance to check out my top 20 Christmas movies of all time, please do. I'll put a link down in the comments. I think it still stands up so far. I don't think anything from last year. There's a few good ones from last year that might not be in it, but I think overall it's a pretty solid list, especially for your Christmas movie needs. And I want to point out that Christmas movies get graded on a little different scale. Now, we all know that Christmas movies don't have the best plot. Always, they're very generic, and it's just not I only watch them in November to December. And so my expectations are I want some Christmas spirit. I want, a little romance in the holidays. I think that's rom-coms are best when they're set in Christmas. We want to see that feel-good story because we watch them to feel good. I actually don't watch a lot of negative Christmas movies because I just enjoy that good feeling that comes with it. So Falling for Christmas. This story has been done many, many times. This is the rich person that gets amnesia and goes with amongst the common folks and tries to figure out who she is and then finds out that the simpler life is so much better. I have to make a recommendation. If this kind of plot is something you love, you have to go watch Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. That, when I grew up as a kid, that was one of my favorite movies, and it does a great job of the rich person falling in love with the commoners, significantly better than anything that's been out in the last 30 or so years. If you love this story, I recommend checking out that. It's not set in Christmas, but it does the rich person to the poor person to the happy ending better than anything I've ever seen. As far as Christmas movie goes, this had our main character falling in love, of course, with a hotel owner that's struggling. And she has some great ideas. So the first thing they want her to do to get her memory back is do familiar things. Well, nothing she does in the movie is familiar. Oh, and another thing that makes Christmas movies good is when you get a little intervention from the big guy, ho, 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 Santa Claus. And of course, when we had that. So as she is navigating through small town, trying to figure out who she is, she, of course, falls in love. And then her fiance, who is a influencer, he is also lost in the wilderness, and he knows who he is, and he comes across ice fishing shack and tries to navigate his way back to civilization with his good redneck friend who saved his life. So this story, it felt good. We had a good Christmas after party at the end, so where everybody's feeling good, and it was quick. It was only an hour and a half. Anything longer, that would have been too long. The negatives, they are what they are. It's a generic plot. It's another Christmas movie. If you're not into them, you probably won't like this at all. Could very easily be on the Hallmark Channel. It definitely doesn't crack my top 20, but this kind of felt like when you go to a concert and you get the opening act. You need that band to warm you up, and this was a good warm-up act for what's to come. There's 3 or 4 movies coming out next week, especially a Christmas Story sequel that I'm very much looking forward to because The Christmas Story is on my list. But I won't tell you where because I want you to watch the video. One note that I found interesting, and let me know if you agree, because when I said it, my wife, she didn't even know what I was talking about. So the guy that plays Lindsay Lohan's daughter, Jack Wagner, he kind of sounded like the guy from Saw. Whenever he talked on screen, I was like, man, he could be the voice for the next person that does the Saw cassette tapes where they're trying to get out of the traps. Check it out. Watch it again and see if you agree with me, because maybe I'm the only one that thought of that.
Find my daughter.
Christmas movies in November are always kind of funny because some people believe Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. And then there's people like, I don't know if you've ever seen her bragging about pearls. She puts her Christmas tree up the day after Halloween. So if you're wondering, yes, the Christmas tree is up in my house. So if you want to go check out her pearl slinging ways, I highly recommend it. So let me know what you think. Where does this rank on your Christmas movies? Are you someone that starts with the Hallmark ones that started in the middle of October? Are you more picky with your Christmas movies? What's in your top 10? What have you recommended that I should watch that's come out this year? This is kind of the first one that I had on my radar. Definitely looking forward to next year as I met next week. Next week, as I mentioned, we got the Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell sing along for A Christmas Carol. And I believe the Santa Claus series on Disney Plus also starts. So Christmas is coming, whether you're ready or not. So the rating for this one, I'm going to give it a C. We're going to leave it at C because it just wasn't anything new, but it felt good. It was a good watch. And if I'm thinking about rewatchability, I probably won't watch it again. There's just so many good ones, and every year I add one or two more to my rewatch list, and this probably doesn't do it. But if you're looking for a great warm-up, a tune-up, if you will, something to put on the background while you're decorating your Christmas tree, this will definitely work for that. Good news is I hope to do a whole bunch of Christmas movie reviews this year. We'll see. My time always escapes me more than I want it to. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like, even hit that notifications, because the Christmas season is short. You're probably not going to watch my Christmas videos in January. So the good news is when you watch them, you're going to find something to brag about.